Everybody, you're listening to our fumbling and bumbling at the top of the hour. Thank you for joining us. And I'm Melody Cedarstrom, and you're listening to Financial Survival, sponsored by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. Our telephone number is 1-800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. Today is Monday, the 27th of July, 2009. And again, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Visit our website at discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. That is discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. And folks, if you have questions for the program today, and we have we have a few from last week that we're going to go over today. You can send them to discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. And you can also use the same email address for your gold and silver coin inquiries, along with any other type of question you'd like to send us. discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. We're going to have a special. We'll bring it to you after the break at the bottom of the hour. I've got 5 packages, and it will be a 6-coin special. 6-coin special, and so make sure you have your pencils and your cash ready at the bottom of the hour. 800-375-4188. And we're going to take a little bit of a peek to see what gold is doing today. Should have done much more than what it did, but we'll take what she gave us. Gold today, it's up $3 at $955.60. We have silver up 15. Up 16 cents at $14.07. We have platinum took a surge today, up 34 at $12.30, and we have palladium up just slightly at $265 palladium. So platinum took a big jump. Rhodium is back in the news again. That was up 5% on the day. But Bloomberg came out with an article today talking about positives for platinum and palladium, so the market certainly reacted. They did it about a year ago also on palladium, and palladium took a pretty good spike, so I'm sure we'll see the same thing. I guess the world's turning around. The economy is good. People are buying vehicles. And we'll talk about that with Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster. And I know each and every one of you missed him last week, and we're thankful that he joins us each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Good afternoon, Bob.
Well, good afternoon again. I think one of the reasons there's been a pickup in the sale of automobiles is that, like I talked to a subscriber this morning, 500 here and 4,500 there for some vehicle. So they got $9,000 off a $32,000 vehicle, so they're paying $23,000. Ford's been doing that for almost a year. They started outside the United States doing it back about a year ago, and then they started that program in the United States as well. I don't know if it's everywhere, but vehicle sales overall have picked up, and that's okay. But the companies aren't really making any or much money doing that. Ford's earnings are up, but they included items that are not going to occur again. And so I think this is short-lived. I know that they have platinum in surplus right now at the mines. So, in other words, they have more inventory than there is demand for the product. But it's good when platinum and palladium are up because it helps other things.
Yes, it does. You know, Bob, a lot of those refunds coming on those vehicle incentives are taxpayers' money coming from the government. $4,500, $3,500. You know, if you qualify, if you trade your vehicle in, and get a little bit better gas mileage.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those are government-funded refunds.
Yeah.
My question
well,
is...
the stimulus program has not worked well, again. And about 92% of the people use the money to reduce debt. I mean, those are the poll figures that Rasmussen has, and they're pretty good, certainly better than most of the other polls. And I predicted in January of this year that next year they would have a $2 trillion second Obama, or should I say Satori, stimulus package. Because it's election year, and they get the hangover from the stimulus from the first stimulus package, because the smaller amount was spent this year, the bigger amounts next year. So they want to make sure they get reelected. So I see that happening. And they're already talking about it. They're just kind of dropping hints here and there. And I think after the summer's over, they'll start talking about it more frequently. And I think after the first of the year, they'll pass legislation just like they did this past year for another $2 trillion. And that will make the economy go sideways. And I predicted that because I factored all of that in. And so we're not going to go into deflationary depression for at least 2 years, which means we're going to get more inflation than we had before. And, of course, on top of that, we have a falling dollar. What did the USDX do today?
That was down 0.19 at 78.68.
Yeah. That's a complete breakdown technically as well as fundamental. If you remember, I recommended getting out of dollars at 89.5 and going short. So those who followed that advice have done quite well. I'm looking for 71.18 by the end of October, and I think that's very doable. And that's going to cause crisis. And the market rally you're seeing has gone farther than what I had anticipated, 78 to 8,500. It's at 91. I think it was off 40 points today. But the more important earnings have already been released. All the financial earnings are all Mickey Moused. Unemployment, people are talking about 20+%, which is the figures that I and John Williams have published. And there's all sorts of difficulties going on. Another thing, too, is that the financial press is, in general, publishing information which is telling the people that these good earnings, or earnings that aren't bad at least, are generated from laying people off. Well, if you keep on doing that, you're not going to have anybody buying anything. I got an email today from one of our subscribers who said, I just went to the gas station, and the guy told me in this shift he used to have 1 or 2 bad credit cards, and now it's averaging 15 a day. So there you go. And, of course, they're dropping the limits from, say, 3,000 to 1,500, or from 100,000 to sometimes 10 and 20,000. And so they're cutting back on that, and they even want to know what business you're in. And so all of these things are not good. It would be nice to report all kinds of nice things, but the market's topping out. It went further than it should have. It's allowed all the banks to sell all of the preferred and common shares that they feel like selling. And so, excuse me, the next step is down. It just lasted a little bit longer and a little bit higher than I thought. And a lot of people are going to get trapped in this market again. And I think it's the last chance to sell. with the exception of gold and silver shares. And I also believe that it's another opportunity to make changes in your pension plan if you can, IRAs, Roths, move your money over to gold and silver coins or shares or both. And make sure if you get cash value policies and life insurance, get rid of them. Get some level term policies. And don't keep your annuities. Get out of them. All of that